idiot. So real fast, I'm gonna have to, I'm doubling our science outcome from the last time we played because, like an idiot, I overrided a save. The save we were using, so I could, mess around in sandbox mode. On accident, and now I'm gonna have to restart. So I'm increasing science output just so we can catch up faster. Now, if I was smarter, I would have started a new save, start off with the amount of science I had, and just launch, like relaunch. Actually, do I have open? Oh, sorry, I was just looking if I could get the jumping flea. Like that. Like that. Like that. Okay, I just wanted to make sure. So this is gonna be an as long of a stream as I can possibly do. I'm gonna try my best to make this a long stream, just so I can get as much of it on camera, and I just don't show up one day just like, hey, we got everything that was in orbit back in orbit. We got everything that was this back in this. Okay, so that stage. Mystery goo. Keep experiment. EVA. EVA report. Is a spacesuit entirely necessary to get here? Take surface sample. 18, board, SAS, and take off. Now, once I start falling, I'll do the science experiment to do it as high up as possible. To do it right about now. Right now. Food report. Alright, 7 science. Okay. Okay, then we just time warp until we get down to the ground. And I said this before, but I'm just gonna pretend that I intentionally restarted the entire series of this. You never want to time warp when you are landing. Because if so, it messes up and sometimes you just crash and burn. Take surface sample from the crawlway. EVA report from the crawlway. Board. Recover vessel. As soon as we get the necessary stuff, I'm gonna start doing relay satellites. because we're gonna want relay satellites. So we're gonna need relay satellites. And if I do it right, we'll get them pretty quickly. If I remember correctly, 45. I need 135 science before I can make probes, because I need that antenna there, and I need that. Well, I don't need that, but it's easier if I have all of that stuff. There we go. VAB. VAB. Who you wanna be? Okay, so I can. Nope. So I was messing around earlier, and if you want to see this, let me know. But if not, yeah. I was messing around earlier, and I made a cool vertical takeoff and landing craft. And so it's like it would bend the engines down and then reveal through a cargo bay. Or what you call it? More engines. It would take off straight up, and then you would bend the engines forward, causing you to start flying like a normal jet. Now I'm gonna try something. If you ever let me. Okay, good. So 3 times. Because I know that little bottom engine's gonna be done quickly, I'm gonna go up to normal engines. This is basically just like a way smaller version of what I call the old reliable design. Which, if you've seen my previous episodes / streams of this, you'll know that the old reliable design is just 4 solid rocket boosters, a couple of fuel tanks, and some decently sized liquid fuel engines that can go quite a few places with the amount of Delta V it's packed. So this goes down here. So then it goes this decoupler there. Those 3 would then decouple whenever I see fit. Then like that, there we go. Then this goes down here. This goes up there. And all I have to do before launching is add the new science experiments we got. Should add a lot more of a science payload. Especially since we'll be going so high up. So where I live, it's supposed to snow again on Thursday, which is actually gonna be nice, because it's supposed to like snow on Thursday, and then snow again on Friday, and they keep snowing for a while. Clock temperature. I know this isn't gonna get me much, but I'm still gonna do it. Okay, now this is what I'm concerned about, just in case. So I'm gonna give it a moment and decouple. Okay, so that worked just fine. Now, I'm gonna give it a moment for this extra weight to... Distribute the heat, distribute the heat, distribute the heat. We're fine. We're fine. We're so fine. Okay. Now, I hope we can survive re-entry, because we will be slowing down. Like, we'll be slowing down a lot, hopefully. I'm just worried about the science experiments. Mainly the mystery goo, because the mystery goo is the one that will catch the most air. The thermometer is almost definitely staying on. Experiment, pressure data, keep experiment, temperature data, keep experiment, crew hatch, EVA, EVA report. The EVA report and the crew report is like basically the same thing. Report. So I'm gonna do this, and once we get into re-entry areas, it will just automatically turn off the exit time warp. Okay, I'm getting once those. You know what? Let's just start spinning now, cause we do that so the heat doesn't catch us easily. Okay. Okay. Now this is when we want the air to catch the most. When we're not re-entry. Okay, so we cut it a little close. And we're actually not quite safe yet, because obviously we slowed down way too close to the ground. We're still gonna successfully land, because, you know, that's just how it works. But, like, we still slowed down way too close. I should have taken a surface sample. That was the one science experiment we could have done there that we didn't do. We should have done. Okay, 158. That's good. I can get some of these. I mean, if I wanted to, I could just wait. Well, actually, I could go straight to the electrics. That's what I'm gonna do. Okay, so we'll do something to get more science. VAB, because I literally need 2 more science. Which, now I think about it, if I were to launch now and just redo these experiments, I'd get the necessary amount. Just right here. Now, after I get those, more rockets, I'm gonna go super high up and get the necessary science. Once I get the necessary science, I'm going to, whatchamacallit, I'm gonna get the rover parts. EVA. Okay, now let's just do the crew report, because I know I haven't done the crew report. There we go, 3 science. Recover vessel. Boom, bam, bop. Skippity bop, bop, bop. Skippy poppy da boop. Skippity poppy da bow. Skippity beep. Is that song copyrighted? Because I don't think it is. The skippity poppy da boppity. Skippity poppy da boop. Because it's like a parody of a song, so. I'm trying to figure out. Yeah, I do think that this is gonna get me the best. Vehicle assembly building. So, I do want to get, trying to think of the best way. So I'm gonna send a much lighter probe to orbit around the moon. So coupling, because I got everything to do it. Let's just make the body completely out of batteries, because we're gonna transmit all the data, and once we transmit the data, this is just gonna be a relay. This is not gonna leave, this is not gonna deorbit. Does it matter how many of these I have? Like, if I have 4 of these, does it do more than just having one? So now I go down here. Actually, no, I do only want 2 up here. So the other 2 spots can be solar panels, and the rest will be science. Science. More science. And the final piece of science. Is there anything I might need? Anything? So I will have to probably include more fuel tanks for obvious reasons. So I'm just gonna add on one of these. Because I am going to orbit around the moon, which is far away. And then I'm gonna change symmetry to 4. And just change every one of these little guys to symmetry 4. And that should be plenty. That should be more than enough. Now, because when I get there, it's gonna be annoying. Select all 4 of those. Custom 1. Toggle antenna. Same with those. If I had the miniaturization, I would put a docking port right here. I mean, I wouldn't have a plan for deorbiting it, but because then I could just get rid of it. Like, I could attach it to a spacecraft and then take it back to Kerbal. And then those need to share. Like that. I want to make sure that none of these are, all of those are connected straight to there. Then you detach. I hope I have enough. If not, I'll just do all of those as science experiments. You know what? In case I fail, I will add a parachute. They'll be activated when I decouple. So if I don't successfully get into the moon, or just if I don't successfully get into moon orbit, I'll have a parachute that can take me back down to Kerbal. I think this is basically the same design I did in my original stream playthrough, except the fact that this one has science and more batteries. It's like a Mach 2. Okay. Actually, I don't think I'm gonna decouple. I should not have decoupled. That was a bad idea. So once the solid rocket booster runs out, because I don't want to just have it run straight in. Okay. Oh no. I'm just gonna do a quick blast. Decouple the parachute. This was not my plan, I can assure you, but if it doesn't break on the surface of the water, I'll just do the science in the water, because in this playthrough I haven't landed in it yet. So for all I know, it's poisonous gas that's gonna kill us if we consume it. Like, see, look. We're barely moving at all. If any of this science gets destroyed, I'm gonna get pretty angry. I mean, not too angry, because, I mean, I just revert the flight. So I do think I need to both move those fins lower down, like, as close to the bottom of that one booster as possible. And also not decouple until after all 4 of those boosters are unusable. Now at this point we're like almost entirely submerged in water. How's our sun? Because we're gonna need it. Well, I mean, we got actually. The goo escapes into the water. Log pressure data. Collecting and recording. Oh, okay. It's nothing special in that. Log pressure data. Keep experiment. Cover vessel. I'm just saying, if that thing was like, I don't know, if that thing had like one more battery, that would have slowly sunk to the bottom of the ocean. Obviously, it would have been super slow. vehicle assembly building. So I do know how the fins work. I'm gonna use a little analogy. If you've ever played darts and you've tried to throw the dart backwards, you can't. It flips back to the point that the needle is pointing towards the dart or wherever you threw it. And that's because of where the fins are positioned. So you see, these fins are positioned at the very top of this booster. So we need to put them lower, and it won't flip. Okay. Like that. It's a lot of fins on one rocket. Let me, remove these fins. Everything's all good. So it works this time. Up we go, super fast. Decouple. See, look. I don't know if it's having the fins. Spoke too soon. It's a little bit at more of an incline than I would have liked, but oh, these are just the action groups. If I wanted to immediately destroy, oh, dang it, it's not gonna work like it usually does. Maybe it's because I don't have... I'm not gonna absorb mystery goo. Okay, so I'm now in orbit. And there we go. So you have to be in orbit or higher for the time warp to stop your spinning. I'm not trying to get into orbit, but like, if I do, it'd be nice. I don't know how much this would extend my range, but I wonder if me putting just like a low curb in orbit, what you call it, one of these little guys would, you know, be worth all the trouble. Okay. The only thing I'm worried about is the landing. Because basically, I don't have a heat shield on this. And I have a lot of stuff that was not meant for re-entry. Now, I do kind of want to do more manned missions than the last time I did this. I'm gonna close all the antennas. I still got a parachute. I no longer have that parachute. I mean, to be fair, we were in the surface going 2,381 miles per hour. I mean, meters per second. I think I'm just gonna revert to vehicle assembly and probably just gonna end the stream because I'm bored. No one's in here for me to talk to. See ya, like, subscribe.